my people, it's your guy, the Nigeria Englishman, and we are back here. One Touch TV settings here, and we're back for another episode of North London Rivals. I got my man in the mix each and every time, Deji Spurs alongside. How you doing, Deji?
Yeah, bro, I've been absolutely fantastic. I'm surprised to see that you're in such a good mood, to be honest, because I
Right.
would say that the north side, the right side of North London, I've been in a good mood pretty much all summer from May, to be honest, because each week we've just been getting nothing but positivity coming from the white half of North London, and it's been a pleasure. So that they say in the UK, when the sun's out, everybody's in a good mood. Yeah, man. So I've just been in a good mood. I've been riding on cloud 8, 9, and 10
Mm.
over the last couple of weeks. So it was a pleasure to be here.
I'm happy that you're happy, Deji. That's good for you, man. But don't worry, when the season starts, we'll definitely wipe that smirk off your face. Everyone in the comments, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel, guys. Turn your notifications on so you can see more and more of One Touch TV content. But today, North London Rivals, there's only one place to start because the big announcement, the biggest or the most kept secret in North London, Jesus has finally been announced to Arsenal. Let's be honest, this announcement's been pending for ages. It was a done deal a while ago, but I don't know, Arsenal like a little bit of dramatics to make the fans sweat or whatever, to think maybe there's another curveball. Who knows? You know how they do things now where they try and build things up to bigger, so it's a more of a big bang social media event. I remember when you just signed a player, you see him up with his shirt, and that's it, signing the contract. Now there's all videos and songs and all sorts. But big up the Arsenal media team. They announced it today. Also, last week, a big announcement for Spurs. And I'm not going to front because I've talked about this guy on previous editions on different channels. Richarlison. So let's not lie, both North London clubs have made two big Brazilian signings in a World Cup year, both Premier League proven, both trying to cement their slots in the starting 11 for their national teams for the World Cup. Both kind of, I don't know if you agree, Deji, both will kind of have a chip on their shoulder for different reasons. First of
Yeah,
all, with Jesus, I would say, obviously, he was kind of playing in the shadow of Aguero for a lot of the time over there. Then he didn't really get his chance to become that main nine, and he might feel it's my time to prove it. Also, Richarlison's never really been at a club that's challenging for anything. He's been at Watford and Everton, but we both seen him do well at both those clubs in different ways. And everyone's always wondered if he gets to the a bit more pressure at a bigger club, can he do the business there? So I think they both kind of have a chip on their shoulder for different reasons. But Deji, I'm going to open the floor to you first. Who do you think is going to have the better first season at their new clubs in North London? And be honest, don't be biased, be honest.
yeah. Well, I think first and foremost, we got to just take it back slightly. I've talked about this before. All or Nothing Prime, Amazon Prime, 2020.
Thanks for
Both
the promo.
Richarlison and Jesus were both kind of instrumental parts of that Brazilian team that won the Copa America in 2020. So you've got to put some respect on their name. But I think what we know quite clearly is that one Brazilian has taken a step up and the other Brazilians taking a step down, and that's just a fact. And we're not throwing punches here. We're not being rude in any
Uh,
way. But there's one's taking a step up, one's taking a step down. Look, I was thinking about this the other night actually, and I was thinking, who's going to have a better season? Is it Jesus with the Arsenal midfield? That I'm still got the jury's still out. You didn't get the Rafinha deal, and we talked about you getting Rafinha. Maybe you guys would look a bit more scary, and feeding Jesus, or with arguably two of the most fantastic players in world football at the moment, Son and Kane, Richarlison getting in there. And I agree with you, Richarlison has a chip on his shoulder. Everyone's talking about Richarlison being on the bench and back up to Son, Kane or Kulusevski. I don't think Richarlison's coming to Spurs to be a backup. I think he's coming to prove himself. I think he's coming to show that he can play at the highest level and be one of the main men at Spurs. And you know what? We will love him for that. And so for me, I think Richarlison could have the better season simply because the quality of squad. When you look at the Tottenham team, you just know that the team is going to feed him the ball. He's going to get service from Kane. He's going to get service from Son. He's going to get service from Bissouma. And I just think that what Arsenal are offering at the moment, you're offering Aquinos and you're offering, Vieira,
Wait, do you know what, Did you know what I find funny is that when you were saying we have the better squad, you couldn't even help yourself. You couldn't even say it with a straight face. You were laughing.
No,
because you yourself know that is a joke.
So do you honestly, banner aside, do you think the Arsenal squad is better than the Spurs squad currently?
Right now, it's debatable. I think it's debatable right now.
See, this is
at the
why
start of the season.
This is why
by the end of the window, then boy,
no. But at the moment, right now, don't talk start or
at the moment, it's debatable.
How is it debatable?
It's debatable, bro.
It's not debatable.
Wait, hold on. As after your starting 11, Deji, who do you have?
No, I'm asking you about the squad, bro. Which squad is better, Arsenal or Tottenham?
I said it's debatable right now.
See, this is why me and you can't. We can never have a serious conversation on this show. Where everybody knows that the Tottenham squad is better than the Arsenal squad right now. Your team is dead full. Our team is fighting for top three. Yeah, our team is fighting for top three, and you guys are hoping to finish in the top 6. How you're saying it's debatable is starting to pee me off.
Deji, we were just battling for the exact same position how many weeks ago, and now miraculously you're what's it called, challenging for top 3 because of what?
Yes,
because you signed a 33-year-old, a backup keeper in Foster, and you got Bissouma, and you're gassed up.
Bissouma and Richarlison.
Okay, I forgot.
So I'm gonna say to you, I'm gonna ask you the same question I asked on the other side. I'm gonna ask you this question. Look, there's a lot for us to deal with, but right now.
Let's not digress. Let's talk about Richarlison because I know how Richarlison, you try and distract me.
Richarlison is a big game player. And look, bro, one of the things we talk about, me and you, we talked about one thing that you are a strong believer in. You say that the league table doesn't lie. And if the league table doesn't lie, Tottenham.
I've never said those words, but I do agree.
And also, something that you've talked about is the value of the player. Yeah, you guys were ready to spend 60, 70 mil for Rafinha. I think you got Jesus for 45
million. Why are we getting distracted talking about Rafinha again?
What I'm saying is that Richarlison is a fantastic buy for Spurs. And actually now, I would argue now, Spurs have the strongest quartet strike force in the league. Which quartet is stronger than the Spurs quartet at the moment?
Liverpool.
No, it's not.
It is.
So name the Liverpool quartet.
Salah, Diaz, Jota, and Nunes.
All right, and Nunes is the unproven in there. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
So that's a question mark. Whereas the 4 quartet at Spurs, I've shown their bit. So I can say on this show, live and direct, that the Spurs quartet is the strongest in the Premier League. And that in itself is a major statement coming out of my club.
Big up. Wait, hold on. So comment section now, and also whether you're watching later, let us know who currently has the better squad, Arsenal or Tottenham. Who has the better squad? My answer was debatable. Deji says it's clearly Spurs. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Let me get into some of the other comments. Big up Big Jeezy. What's up, Niger and Deji? Big up my guy. The championship is still a league. Richarlison challenged for that. Big up, bro. Big up. Let's play matchups. Don't worry, bro. Do not worry. We're gonna play matchups very, very soon, bro. Don't worry. Get all them mentirosos out of my football club. But hey, big up my guy. I can't pronounce that name. I don't know if Deji can. I can't pronounce it, and I think I'll mess it up so badly. So I'm not going to attempt just yet, bro. It's a bit of a tongue twister. Deji, you think you got that one?
Which one?
The name.
Kosana.
Kosana,
yeah.
Kosila Lekabile. Yeah.
Lekabile.
I probably messed it up, but big up,
Yeah,
bro. Thanks for
you've
logging in, my
absolutely
guy.
butchered my brother's name.
Battered it, man. Forgive
Yeah.
us, forgive us. Strongest quartet. This guy's not. I know, bro. We've been
How
saying it
am I not?
week out,
You, Niger,
saying it
hold on a second.
week in, week out.
You struggled to name a stronger quartet than the Spurs quartet. You struggled.
No, I didn't struggle. I said Liverpool straight away, bro.
You said Liverpool, but we agree that Nunez is an unknown.
But it doesn't mean I don't think they're strong.
Facts.
Also, City, they got Haaland, Haaland, Mahrez, and Grealish.
Are you? Look at this guy. Look at you. I mean, has this turned into a comedy show?
Phil Foden in there. Phil Foden in there.
Is this something like Netflix? This
has
turned into a comedy show. Do you know what I mean?
Are you saying? Look, I know what you're saying because you're so reliant on that front three. You might think that it's a better front three than anyone else. It's just that it's not. It's just that everything happens for Spurs through that. Your guys agree. He says Spurs all day. It's not even a debate. I think he's talking about the squads. Okay, all right, bro. So, is he one of your mates, bro? It must be one of your mates, bro. What if he one of your lot, bro, for saying that? You lot don't play with a 10. I don't know what that's in reference to. No, I think he's talking about quartet in terms of what
I know, but we're not going to play all of the
one's on the one's on the bench.
We're going to have one on the bench and then bring a bit like the Liverpool, So, but
Liverpool exactly. Yeah, me saying Liverpool definitely. Don't forget Firmino. Do you get what I'm saying?
We need to forget Firmino. We need to forget Firmino.
Why?
Doesn't even
Richarlison isn't better than Firmino.
He doesn't
Richarlison ain't better than
How many
Firmino,
goals does Firmino score a season? Do you know what I mean?
Richarlison isn't better than Firmino, bro.
The fact that you didn't mention Firmino is what time it is.
Because I didn't need to.
He's fifth choice at Liverpool. Firmino's fifth choice. We're not doing. We're doing top fours here. Top fours.
All right. So we got
not where you guys finished last season.
You know what I mean? Here for banter, obviously. Ade's here for banter with these wild comments over here.
Yeah.
So big up Nkonsana. That's what there's some long usernames here, but they got me all confused of it. I'm gonna leave the long ones to you, Deji, man. You're better at reading than I am.
That's cool.
Big up, Deji.
All
right.
Yeah.
So let's play the numbers game, innit? Let's play the numbers game. So I don't know if you got your numbers or should I help you?
Bro, I already know I got my numbers in my head right now.
Okay, so let's.
Hello. See, right where we need it. It happens every time when NigerianEnglishman is about to talk utter nonsense. The screen freezes, and so that is the big question. The big question being he was going to share the numbers, and the truth of the matter is, Richarlison scored more goals in a struggling Everton side than Jesus did in a championship winning Man City. So he's about to chat some hella rubbish about Jesus being a better striker, I'm not about to chat itself, bro. That last season, Richarlison scored more goals in a struggling Everton side than Jesus in a winning Man City team. So there you go. Hence why one went to 60 mil, one went 45 mil.
Big up all my Nigerian viewers. Nepa tried to save Deji from this embarrassment right now, but I came back. Nepa was not going to stop this battle here. So let's go. 173 appearances for Jesus. 48 goals. That's Jesus, right? 159, so less appearances than Richarlison. So that was Richarlison's stats, the first one, sorry.
Go on, yeah.
Jesus' stats are 159 appearances, 58 goals. I mean, what's it called? Obviously, Richarlison has started more games than Jesus. He was a first-team regular at Watford and at Everton, and he's not ever been able to hit double figures.
Is this guy
in the Premier League season?
Are you all right?
Has he? No, okay, wait. Did I say anything that was a lie just then, Deji? Did I say anything that was
I hear what you're saying, but it's one of my bugbears in football is when people compare like for like, as if it's identical. The truth of the matter is, you can't compare
Deji.
playing for Watford and Everton with playing for Manchester City. That's like,
Deji.
it's the same issue when I get really pissed off when I hear people compare themselves to Pep and Mourinho. Pep is manager he's got unlimited funds, he's at Man City, and then you want to compare him to Pochettino at Spurs with a Tottenham squad with limited resource. I mean, you just can't make them comparisons. Sorry, I'm not having it.
Okay, this is all I was doing, right? He said a comment, let's play matchups. We did a matchup. They both played in the Premier League for this, I think, similar amount of years, right? But so all I did was do the appearances and the goals. I didn't. I guess
can you do last season?
We can talk about the context now if you want, but all I was doing was putting the numbers on the paper.
Can we do last season? Can you do last season's numbers, please, quickly?
Okay, since you must have them fresh, so give me last season's numbers then, did you?
See, so look at this. He's pushing it on me, right? I'm going to get the stats for you real quick, yeah? Richarlison, last season, yeah? I'm getting the stats right up now, yeah?
The man's all freaking staggering and stuttering now, bro.
2022, 10 goals, 5 assists, yeah?
10 goals, 5 assists, yeah.
10 goals, 5 assists, yeah? Jesus stats, yeah?
Yeah.
8 goals, 8 assists.
Okay.
There you go. Man, I'm here for the goals. So he scored more goals
what you saying,
in the struggling Everton team.
You dropped those stats down like you had some big boy points to follow up, bro. They're pretty similar. And one's a regular first team starter and one's in and out of the team.
Both of them were really involved in about 15, 16 goals. One was playing for a team about to be relegated. The other was playing for a team that won the Premier League. 2 different kettles of fish. Do you get what I'm saying?
About this one? Jesus played less minutes.
I don't get... Bro, you can play in less minutes. The question you asked at the beginning is who's gonna fare better?
Yeah.
We're looking at where they're coming from.
And we're looking back at numbers, aren't we?
And I said, one upgraded, one's a downgrade. So you're saying Jesus only played
what we're talking about.
Only scored 8 goals, 8 assists at Man City. So things are gonna obviously be a lot worse. Whereas Richarlison at Everton scored more goals, slightly less assists at an Everton team, and he's going into a team that has Son and Kane. He's going to score more goals and get more assists this season.
Hold on. Where's his district? Who's going to provide him with the goals and the goals?
Kane, Son, Bentancur, it's coming,
Bro, you lot ain't got the creativity to give him the assists, bro. He's gonna have to create a lot on his own, bro. He's gonna have to create a lot on his own. And so what? Are you honestly with your chest, not with your Spurs hat on, with your chest, you're telling me that Richarlison's gonna have more of an output than Jesus this comes?
Bro, you know one thing that we've been doing, and one thing we're renowned for on One Touch TV on this show is predictions. Okay, and in August we're going to give you the prediction show where Nigel and I are going to give you what we believe to be the top 6, and we're going to see who is more accurate at the end of the season. But that's for a later show. But I can tell you here, live and direct, not financial advice, but stick a little cheeky 50, that Richarlison will have more goals and more assists than Jesus this season. Guaranteed fact. Because I look at that Arsenal team, and unless you've got delusions of grandeur, that Arsenal team is a bunch of average Joes. That's what I'm calling you right now. The Arsenal team is a bunch of average Joes. And to be honest, with the way that you lot have been handling things in the transfer market, I think there's a fair argument to say that Arsenal's a bit arsey right now.
Here we go again. Deji's doing it all over again, guys. I'm sure you've seen it. He's trying to distract us from the question I asked him. He's talking about transfer news, Arsenal dead food. Baba, I did ask you one simple question. Who is going to have a bigger season? Jesus and Richarlison. You're telling me, taking me down the merry-go-round, bro.
Richarlison's going to have a bigger season than Jesus. Guaranteed fact.
This comment is for you, Deji. I'll let you have this one.
Yeah.
This one's for you.
Look, I'm not going to read it out because I think I know I'll read it out for the podcast for people who are listening on Spotify. So I'll read it out real quick. Deji asked the same question. I don't get where you're coming to. No excuse for you lot. Spurs got to win something next season. Bro, I 100% agree with you. And I'm even going to push the boat out on this one. I'm telling you right now, live and direct, that Tottenham is going for either the Champions League or the Premier League next season. I think with the squad that we've got and the players that we are about to bring in, that is a genuine title challenging team that's going to be up there with the likes of Liverpool and Man City. I know people are going to say, Deji, you're just chatting rubbish, this and that, blah, blah, blah. But let's deep it. Conte is the only manager that I've seen in recent years that is managing to have more power than the players. Conte set a target last season at Spurs. He said, if I finish fourth with this bunch of rubbish, a bunch of average players, I'm staying. If I don't finish fourth, I'm out the door because they're shit. That's what he said. He finished fourth. You can see what Spurs are doing in the transfer market. Do you think Conte is going to be satisfied with just finishing in the top four again? Hell no. This brother wants to win the league, wants to win the Champions League. And I believe with the squad that he's assembling right now, I believe he can do it. So, an answer to your question,
is asking you.
Spurs can win the league or Champions. Why not? Leicester City done it with a dead team under Ranieri.
I'm so glad he's done it again. Sam Spurs did it on the Armory TV last week, and this guy is doing it right now. He's saying Spurs can either win the Champions League or the Premier League. He's saying it with chest, bro. I've got it clipped up on One Touch TV, guys. I don't know what this Spurs fan has been smoking.
Let me tell you, bro. There is no. Can you click this bit? Can you click this bit? You need to click this. There is no doubt about it. There is no doubt about it. Tottenham is going to either win the league or the Champions League, straight up and down.
I'm gonna let you calm down and think about what you just said while I go through some of the comments. Big up my guy Strat. He says Jesus fire. Let's go, Ayo.
Ilias Jesus for what though? Jesus for what with the fire? What does that mean?
Because he's a fire signing. He's about to do big things in the Premier League as a number 9 for Arsenal. 15 plus goals this season in the Premier League. Remember, he had it first. I said it.
See, my guy, Kosana, that's my dog right there. That Kosana guy right there is my dog. Put that comment on. He says, don't forget.
I'll get to it. Get to
that comment real quick because I know how you do things. You like to tailor things for your arguments.
Ilias, first of all, just to clear things up, I know be fake Ghanaian. I'm quarter Ghanaian, bro. Quarter Ghanaian. I can claim it. They're going to Qatar, so that means I am going to Qatar. Big up. And also, this comment was saying Niger got Lagos Wi-Fi in London. Bro, I'm in Lagos right now. If you don't know, don't let the accent confuse you. I'm in Lagos right now, big man. Kenneth Anthony says Arsenal were crying out for Bissouma and Richarlison. Didn't get them. Now they think Jesus and the Porto lad are better.
Come on, bro.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Kenneth is a real G. Kenneth is a real G for that statement.
I don't know if I agree with that
problem with these Arsenal. I mean, I don't even know why me and you are even on this show together because we're not even in the same league. That's the truth.
You're not on our level, bro.
You've got one decent. No, listen. You've got one decent player. Let's be real. He's decent. He's not world class. You're still a squad without a world class player. You got one decent player, and you want to puff your chest. That don't make no sense. That don't make no sense.
First of all, Deji, I know what you Spurs fans are trying to do. Create distractions. Address me. And what that comment that guy Kenneth said, this is not at me because I never said I didn't want Bissouma or Richarlison. I admitted on both this channel, I said I like both the players and I would have liked both of them. But that's not the debate today. The debate is who is going to do better. And the debate is not Arsenal pumping your chest like Deji's trying to distract you to talking about chest pumping. We are talking about Jesus versus Richarlison. Let's not get distracted yet. We'll talk about the teams later. Don't worry, we will. But we're talking about specifics right here. So
can I be real? And banter aside, Jesus is a class act. Richarlison is a class act. They're both, for me, it's much of a muchness. It's a matter of preference. Do you want to drive an Audi or do you want to drive a Mercedes-Benz? For me, it's the same thing. Both German vehicles. It's just a matter of style and taste. I think for Tottenham Hotspur, Richarlison is a better fit because he's a wing player and he can play the number 9 role. Whereas I know that Man City deployed Jesus on the wing, but really and truly, people who know Jesus, you prefer him to be your number 9. The one thing I will say to this,
but they can both play They can both play in the same exact position.
Each team, those players' success, to your answer to your question, is dependent on the squad around them. And I'm saying to you, and every Arsenal fan knows it, even though it's paining them. Even Mr. Silver Socks, when he was in the bathroom this morning, when he was singing in the shower, he was saying the same thing. The thing is that the Spurs squad is more likely to provide more opportunity, more chances, more assists to Richarlison. Therefore, Richarlison is going to have a better season.
So wait, you're telling me that Bentancur, Bissouma, Son, and Kane is going to create more than Odegaard, Vieira, Partey, Saka, all them man there. That's what you're telling me. That's what you're telling me.
Can I just be honest with you?
Is that what you're telling me, bro?
Can I just say something to you? And I realized
is that what you're telling me?
I realized the sort of person you are
because after your first 11, you ain't got nothing.
Can I just say that I realized the sort of person that you are after you made that. Your squad is not better.
About ESR as well.
Your squad is not even better than the Aston Villa squad. That's the truth.
Now you're just trolling this. Now you're just trolling.
That is, I mean,
now you're just trolling.
You know what? I'm done. I'm really done.
Hold on.
You overachieved last season. Your team is dead. Let's just be real. You're a dead team.
Deji, you're not going to do this to me. We're talking about Richarlison versus Jesus. You're not going to draw me out yet. There's other shows that you can maybe do it, but not on today's show. But wait, there's 30 people in the chat right now. Make sure you smash the like. I want at least 30 likes if there's 30 people, guys. Smash the like button. Don't forget to share, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Deji, is this the comment that you were talking about by...
Yeah, don't forget that Conte dethroned Juventus 2 seasons ago while Juve had won 9 straight leagues, so he understands me. And you're right, because Conte, you got to understand Conte. If you understand the manager, you understand that Tottenham winning the league or Champions League is plausible. If he doesn't win the Champions League or the league, he's leaving Tottenham. It's as simple as that. This ain't like back in the day. This is not under Nuno Espirito Santo. This is not under Arteta. This is a real world-class manager doing world-class things. And bro, at least put some respect on Tottenham's name. Aren't you even surprised? I'm a Spurs fan. I'm telling you, I'm surprised at the level of business we're doing. And I'm like, wow, what
you got the chat going absolutely bonkers with your last name. They're going bonkers in here. Simply strats like LOL Spurs gonna win the Champions League. Big GZ says, good luck, Deji. You can't see Spurs picking up a trophy. Period. Strat simply says, Conte proper, no lies, one of the best managers in the league. If Spurs can't win a trophy with him, they'll never win. And I agree with that. And they have to win they got to win a trophy this season.
I agree.
Win a trophy this season.
We will.
We need the Lord Jesus, not Gabriel Jesus. Bro, allow us, man. Allow us. We ain't even in the same league. Finishes 2 points ahead.
That's the difference.
Brendan, leave him. Not won a league title in his whole lifetime. He's talking about same league.
But can I just say, Arsenal has become a bunch of average Joes. That's the truth. You guys are average. The players you're going for are average. Where we are you can see the sort of quality that we're bringing in. When would Spurs pay 60 mil for a player that could potentially be on the bench? That is madness. But that just shows you the ambition of the club, the direction in which the Spurs team, club, where we're going, where you guys are still debating over Tillemans. You guys are debating over this Lisandro from Ajax or whatever his name is. And then there's a new, you and Man United are much of a muchness. Everyone doesn't. People don't want to go to either of your club. You get me? You got Jesus, and you guys are pumping your chest. The truth of the matter is, he was the only striker available for you guys.
Deji, man, like I don't speak of theories and what ifs and maybes. I speak of facts. In it, Fabrizio Romano today said 3 clubs tried to hijack the bid for Jesus, and I know Tottenham are one of those 3 clubs, but they couldn't get Jesus, so they got the B-Tech Jesus and got Richarlison. Good player in that. But
No, we never went into Jesus. We don't need Jesus.
Of course you went in for Jesus, bro. You wanted him the same way you wanted him.
And guess what? The difference between us is if Jesus comes to Spurs, he's on our bench. Jesus goes to Arsenal and he's your main man. You lot are getting gassed by someone who'd be on our bench. And strap simply or simply strap or strap it up, wherever you call yourself, I will pull you on that bet. Make sure you're here end of May 2023, and I will send you £100. Yes, I will.
This one.
100 quid to simply strap simply or strap it up. I will send you 100 quid for that statement. Yeah, why not?
Read it out, man. Read it out.
He said, this guy's confident Spurs going to win the league or champs. Make a bet. If they don't, he needs to present in an Arsenal shirt and kiss the badge. And I'll send you 100 quid.
Oi, live here. Strap. I'm going to clip it up and send it to you. Football Catapult wants all the smoke, bro. Like, he's an entertainer. He's one hell of an entertainer. I'll give you that, bro. Not quite on Stormzy's level.
I'm sending money on the show. You know what I'm saying? Let's see if I send. My extremely strap. Best like and subscribe and make sure you're about, because I don't want you guys missing next year.
Big up, man, like Luke AFC. Thanks for subscribing, my guy. Tommy says, as a West Ham fan, I even agree with Deji. Just shows how deluded Arsenal fans are. Can you just imagine? Tommy, you came here looking for violence. Let's be real. Gabriel Jesus was a backup striker in a team that didn't play with a striker. Barbados MUFC. My man signed a little 30-year-old Christian Eriksen, and he comes out of the woodworks. Big up Barbados MUFC. Man United get problems on problems on problems. So I'm not even going to justify that with a comment, man. You lot got enough problems at home. Deal with your home.
That's my.
But for me personally, as we said, all jokes aside, they're both quality Brazilian forwards. Yeah. They both can play across the front line. I do believe Richarlison will give Spurs an extra bit of nastiness. Let's not lie. Especially in those London derby games. You've seen him. He loves getting in people's faces. He can maybe win a penalty or get a player red carded because he's winding them up. And to be honest, I like a player in that ilk. What I will say though, because unlike Deji, I can praise a Spurs signing from time to time. What I will say though, other than that, is Conte kind of had a falling out with the last player like that he had to deal with in Diego Costa. How do you think that's going to work in the dynamics, him working with Richarlison at Spurs?
No, I think people misunderstand Diego Costa. First and foremost, I just want to put a comment to say that, I think Jesus is a very good buy for Arsenal. He's a quality player. He's a good player. I'm not disputing that. My issue with Arsenal is can you build a team that's going to feed his attributes? Because at the moment, when I look at that Arsenal team, legitly, it looks very light. You get me? It looks very light. And so I'm not so sure you're going to be able to do the wonders that you think you're going to do. You're going to need to reinforce properly to really bring out the Jesus that we know he can potentially be. So that's the comment I wanted to make there. But in terms of Richarlison's temperament, look, the truth of the matter is, he's not coming to Spurs. That's what Conte wants. He wants a fighter, wants a warrior. Nobody wants a player to come to a club and is doing an Adebayor, happy to sit on the bench and get paid. I think Richarlison does his talking on the pitch. Already he's made himself a legend. As soon as he signed officially, he posted a picture having up Xhaka on his Instagram. You get me? Standing there. This man wants to go to war. And as long as he does that, he's going to have a fantastic season. I can't see Richarlison being upset. The reason why, he was at Watford and Everton, teams where the quality of football, no disrespect, was quite poor. and he fought for them. Now he's going to be in the Tottenham team, fighting for the Champions League, fighting for the Premier League, getting assists left, right, and centre from the likes of Kane and Son. That in itself is going to keep my man in a good mood. And then, yeah, I mean, when you're fighting for the league, how can you beef the manager? I think where he'll have beef is if he's doing it on the pitch and he still can't start. I think for Richarlison, he has to try and displace Son or Kulusevski or Kane. He's got to displace one of them. And if he's a big game player and he wants to go to the World Cup and play for Brazil, that's what he needs to do. But I think he relishes that opportunity, relishes that challenge, because let's be real, when you play for Brazil, that's the biggest pressure in world football. And if you can do that, then he shouldn't have any issues with Conte moving forward. You know what I mean? He should just put his head down, play his game, and show us what he's about.
All right, fair enough, Deji. Well, okay, so let's ask you this then. How many goal contributions in the Premier League do you see Richarlison making this coming season?
Yeah, I think that's a very good question. So first of all, my prediction for Jesus, if I could just say
No, I didn't ask you Jesus yet. We're going to deal with him after. We'll deal with Richarlison first, and I'll do my own Jesus analysis.
So one of the things that I've been looking at is that in the seasons where Liverpool done well, Mane, Salah.
Why are we always dancing around?
Just allow me to build up and give you the team.
Stop being a politician. Get to the point.
All right. So I think Richarlison gets 15 Premier League goals. I think he does. I think Son and Kane will get above 20 goals each. Richarlison gets 15 Premier League goals, and if Richarlison gets 15 Premier League goals with Kane and Son getting 20 plus, then that's why Spurs win the league. And what I wanted to say to you is when Liverpool was winning the league, it was in that same format. Mane, Salah were hitting the 20 goals. Firmino was hovering around 13 to 15 goals. So that's all we need. Richarlison hits 15, Spurs win the league.
Wow. Richarlison hits 15 goals, Spurs win the league. So basically, Deji is predicting something that's not going to happen at the So Richarlison ain't hitting 15 because he knows Spurs ain't winning the league. Big up. And just so you know, remember where you heard it first, live on One Touch TV, all you need to do to be a Spurs legend is post a picture you taking on an Arsenal player. That's how below the gutter this team are. You're not on our level, bro. You're not on our level. Because of picture, you're saying something. No, Deji, don't ask me anything.
About Jesus.
About Jesus.
About Jesus, for you, what is he going to produce for you guys this season?
And because we opened Richarlison with a monologue, let me give my own Jesus monologue after I land. I think personally, Jesus is going to get 15 Premier League goals next season. In terms of goals and assists, I see him. I think maybe an extra 5 assists or 20 goal contributions in the Premier League next season. The reason I believe it is because these are the facts. He's 25. It's a World Cup year. He's gone to a manager that clearly has confidence in him. Like probably, and I wouldn't say it's because necessarily he was going to start on the bench for Spurs. I just believe he knew what he was going to get with Arteta. And if he was going to leave a situation like City, he wanted certain guarantees and he wanted to know the style of play. And I don't think his style of play would have kind of fitted in at Spurs, but it fits him very well at Arsenal. The link-up play, the pressing from the front. He's going to be a number 9, a main man with a chip on his shoulder. So I believe he's going to prove to all the doubters, all the haters, that he is a top striker. And everyone that tried, especially you, Deji, that tried to troll us about this signing, you're going to see him do the business for Arsenal, bro. 100%. I'm going to get into some of the comments while you're doing your thing. Do your thing, bro. Kenneth Anthony says, if we do go for Jesus, he ain't starting for us. Only reason he chose Arsenal is because he's a guaranteed starter. I don't think that's the only reason, but I definitely think that played a part for sure. And when talking about pool of managers, clout, stature of the club, there's so many defining factors. It's a World Cup year. You're probably thinking of a move differently to how you'd be thinking of it in a year there's no World Cup. The position you want to play in, the manager's style. There's so many different variables when choosing a team. So I don't know if it's a clear
It was
cut.
either play for Arsenal or get a pot belly. So I don't know what I would do. Do you get what I'm saying? Let's just be real. In the World Cup, yeah, you want to sit on the bench or do you want to get a pot belly? Just as simple as that.
I don't know, bro. I don't know, bro. They must be related in some way, shape, or form. Kasana says Richarlison is number 1 in Seleção. We shall see about that. Tommy, even a dog with no eyes can see Arsenal team is going nowhere with Arteta. They're freaking harsh, bro. They come with the freaking harshness. Tottenham fans are clowns. Last time you won a trophy, everyone still.
I mean, you carry on there, Brendan. That's all you can. That's all Arsenal fans can.
Brendan, was the iPhone one even out them times? I don't know. We might have still been playing.
Well, that's all you guys can do because your team is so woeful. But anyway, let's keep it moving.
The only way to shut us up is by winning a trophy. Please feel free to do that anytime. Bro, stop, please. Spurs are not fighting for a league, in my opinion. Bro, he thinks what he thinks, man. He thinks what he thinks. I just don't know
what team does global west to east, east to west, north south? What team compass basically?
Global west, please let us know.
What team does he support? Because I just want to know.
Big up man like Felix Peters, NigerianEnglishman. Get it right, my guy. Big up my guy Boods Bants. Okay, so I think we talked enough about Jesus and Richarlison. Yeah. The comment section is. I don't know. You could say it's Arsenal heavy, but I think the consensus in the comment section is Jesus is going to have a better season than Richarlison, but you never know. I'm just saying that's the consensus.
You know what?
That is the consensus.
Can I just make this comment before we quickly move on to the last piece? You see, what you just did there is the reason I talk real stuff. And you talk absolute garbage. So let me tell you why
the Liverpool fans
talk absolute garbage. Because we just debated for about 40 minutes who's going to be better, and then we both came up with the same thing. I said Richarlison is going to get 15.
Yeah.
You said Jesus is going to get 15. So that means they're on par. How you're now going to try and work out from the comment section that Jesus edges? Are you all right?
No, I said between me and you, we believe it could be a neck and neck conversation. I'm talking about the consensus of the comment section. I'm talking about different scales here. The comment section is saying it's more likely Jesus, but time will tell. And I'm sure we'll have more of these debates.
Well, can I ask Global West? Can I ask Global West for his opinion? Because he's a Liverpool fan. So he's not biased. Global West, in your opinion, truth be told, who do you think is going to have a better season, Jesus or Richarlison? Because I can't be dealing with these Arsenal fans who are suffering from delusions from grandeur. When that comment comes up, please, my brother, supersize it and get it in there. Look at this guy. He's a waste man, to be honest.
Is this the comment you were talking about?
There's other comments you could have touched on in the thing. This is what you touch on. You know what I mean? Like, you'll get on my nerves.
I put this comment on, bro. This is fair. Arsenal couldn't score goals last season and have signed a striker who could barely score in a good team.
Come on.
He's going to a worse team. How does he score more with less service?
Thank you.
Look, Bridzy 75. Look,
Bridzy, big up to you and the 50 quid.
Big up. Thank you very much for putting up in the comment. But bro, this is what I'll say about that. The difference.
I'm doing the same.
Finally playing for a manager that has confidence in him. He's playing for a manager that has confidence in him. He's going to be played more regularly, consistent starts as a number 9. And we saw his numbers, but when he starts, his numbers are frightening in terms of goals and assists. So let's not debate on that, guys. Let's be honest. But I hear what you're saying.
We need to start.
I hear what you're saying, but we are improving our creative threat this season with some of our signings, and our players will grow and get better. But talking about other signings,
I just want to make one last comment. I think Kenneth is right. He said we need to start a poll to pick between Richarlison or Jesus, because I'm not taking this nonsense that the chat is heavily Jesus. The other thing I want to say is that I've noticed with you, because I've known you for quite some time, that during tennis season, because it's currently Wimbledon, you seem to think that football is a one-man game, because you seem to think that Jesus is going to do this amazing miracle, despite the fact that you're forgetting that there's supposed to be 11 men on your team, and 11 men on your team are not up to par.
Okay.
The
We'll
supply
see.
chain is not up to par.
We were 2 points behind you, and we're rubbish. But so what does that make you lot? Just a little bit above rubbish? Is that what you're
What are
saying?
you talking about?
Okay.
Remember, Conte came in halfway
Here
through.
we go.
But
Conte. You
anyway,
guys are
don't
top of
worry.
the league, bro. Relax.
We're not going to have any of this rubbish. Anyway, let's get to
Yeah.
let's move on, because let's
Yeah,
agree
let's
to disagree. Yeah.
make sure you smash the like button, everybody. Subscribe if you haven't done already. Catch us weekly on a Monday for North London rivals. Just before I actually came on the show, Deji, I wanted to read something that I saw. Look, obviously, it is silly season and teams are going to be linked left, right, and center. But there is a signing that I wanted to talk about, and I don't want you to analyze what you think about whether Arsenal can sign him, because we know where your head goes to when we ask you those type of questions. So I want to ask you what you think of the player first. Let's deal with what you think of the player.
Okay.
So it says Dean James said Arsenal have reportedly tabled a 55 million euro bid for Lazio midfielder Sergei Milinkovic-Savic. First of all, what do you think of the player? And if we are possible to do business like that, how do you think he'd improve the club?
Bro, I mean, Lazio, Milinkovic-Savic, I know a little bit. He's a big game player. I think Tottenham has been linked with him. He's been linked with a number of clubs in the Premier League. I think if Arsenal get a player like him over the line, then I'm going to say it here, then I can start to take your club a little bit more serious. And I think just getting that type of signing over the line, I think you could finish in the top 6, because for a midfielder, he's going to boss it. He's not a Xhaka. He's not going to do nonsense. This guy is an upgrade on El Nene, in fact, it's an upgrade on your whole midfield. And I think that, yeah, now you get him, now you're talking, and then your midfield starts to purr, because one of the issues that I've had with your team is just it feels like the signings that you've been buying, everything feels a little bit disjointed. I personally know you were going in for Rafinha, but reality is you don't really need a Rafinha when you've got Pepe and you've got Saka there. So I think this particular purchase is filling a gap in your midfield. You don't have a box-to-box quality midfielder, and he is that person. And so, yes, he would be an amazing purchase for you. And for me, it's a purchase that it would make me sit up a little bit like how you sat up when we got Bissouma. Do you know what I mean? It's that kind of level.
I'm glad you were able to put your Spurs hat to the side to analyze that he is a quality player, man. And to be honest, if we are to get a player like that, you're right, you're spot on. If we are to get a player of that quality, it completely changes the game. I hope, obviously, I don't know, because in silly season anything's possible, but I hope the reason why the news, the cooling of the Tielemans talk has gone down is because we're putting a lot more pressure on this Milinkovic-Savic deal. Because if we have a midfield of Milinkovic-Savic, Partey, and Odegaard, and that we're starting to cook there. Like, we're starting to at least on, like, a starting 11 has a player that teams are definitely going to fear. People definitely fear a fit Partey, a confident Gabriel Jesus, a Bukayo Saka with a little bit less pressure on himself. The team starts to tick. And another thing that we missed out on last season, and I know which Spurs really capitalized on, which Deji talked about towards the back end of last season, is our lack of experience. I mean, the kids just weren't up to the task of pushing for that top 4. And Milinkovic-Savic, as you said, Deji, he's a big game player. He's experienced international. He's playing consistently for the Lazio team as a pivotal part of that team. So he brings experience and massive football pedigree to our squad. So it would be a massive steal.
To be honest, and I'm putting my rivalry aside, he's the sort of player you should be going for. I think for me, this transfer window, barring Jesus, has been pretty underwhelming coming out of the red side of London, because the players that you've been buying they're like squad players. I mean, these are players that wouldn't even get on the Spurs bench. But that sort of purchase, if you get him over the line, I think people will take Arsenal a little bit more serious. And I'm hearing from other Arsenal fans, you're just crying out for. You've got the money, so there's no reason why you shouldn't be bringing in players like this. To be honest, this should be standard for you, and it's a travesty, and hence why I say to you, currently we're not on the same level in terms of squad and in terms of strength. That's a fact.
So you agree with Bridzy, man? I don't know what's going on with you today, man. Spurs are serving up better food than Arsenal. There's more to eat. LOL, enough food for all the strikers.
Come on.
I don't know, man. In terms of, I'd like to see the stats for chances created last season. I'd like to see those stats.
Are you
I'm not saying
joking?
I'd like to see them.
Bro,
I'm
can
not
I just
saying I
remind
know.
you? Can I just
I'd
remind
like to
you
see
of
chances
something
created
real
because
quick?
Spurs don't
Just
create
so
a lot
you
of
know,
chances for their strikers.
Son
You
won
lot are just
the
critical.
Son won the Golden
cynical,
Boot.
bro.
Kane finished third in top goal scorers, and Kulusevski came in Jan and managed to score 5 goals and 8 assists. Yeah, and we just looked at the fact that Jesus in the whole season got 8 goals and 8 assists. Let's put some respect on Tottenham's front three. Our front three is devastating, which is why I can puff my chest and say our quartet is the best quartet in the Premier League. And remember, we haven't finished. We have not finished. We've still got a few purchases that are about to come through this week. And if we get those purchases over the line, we're talking top 3, straight up, straight up.
Talking about purchases, do you think one of those purchases will be Lenglet, the Barcelona centre-back?
To be
what's
honest,
your thoughts on him?
Lenglet makes sense because the deal that we want to do is a loan deal. Any person, any half-decent player that we can get that is better than Ben Davies is gonna strengthen the Spurs back line, and Lenglet is gonna offer competition and is more comfortable at playing that role than a Ben Davies. For me, it's slightly underwhelming, but I'm not gonna lie to you. I was reading the comment this morning that when Spurs fans first heard about Kulusevski and we first heard about Bentancur, we were thinking Juventus rejects. Yeah. I was underwhelmed. I was like, who's this dead food? And look what they've turned out to be. Lenglet, at the moment, as it stands, is appearing like a Barcelona reject. But who's to say that he doesn't come good and does his thing? Because what we're doing is we're getting him on loan, so he's not costing us a penny. And then we'll see how it goes. If it works well, we'll buy him. If it doesn't work well, we'll send him back. So it's for Lenglet to come to Spurs and state his claim if he wants to kind of keep his career moving. If not, it's long. But I'm more excited about Jed Spence because Jed Spence, for me, is our answer to Reece James. Matt Doherty, a.k.a. Justin Timberlake, and Emerson Royale, them two, that limit it for me.
Do you know what, Deji? Like, this is the second time you've done it, and I don't know enough about Jed Spence to challenge you, but you've been quite excited about the 2 times we've mentioned this guy's name on the channel. Like, what is it that gives you so much confidence in him stepping up a level to the Premier League?
Well, because when he played in the FA Cup for, was it Nottingham Forest? He ran things against Arsenal. He ran things against I think he played 2 Premiership teams and he was running things. For me, it was very Reece James-esque in his performance, and he scored a great goal as well in the FA Cup. I guess the reason why I'm excited by him is because of the potential. Right now, for me, in the Premier League, Liverpool has shown us, Man City have shown us that it's really about the flying wing backs. Matt Doherty, aka Justin Timberlake, I love his fades. He's not a flying wing back, and neither is Emerson Royale. But this kid is. He's going to need support. And what I'm seeing with Spurs, and this is for the Spurs faithful, is that when we were under Poch, we were really good when we had Danny Rose and Carl Walker flying. We know that Conte really likes Sessegnon. If Jed Spence can live up to his potential, then that's Spence, Sessegnon flying forward with our back 3, and then you've got your attacking trio up top. That, to me, is devastating. That means now that Tottenham we finished 4th without without a right back. Because I don't think Doherty or Emerson Royale count. They had a dreadful season. They only started to come good towards the end. We also, Ben Davies, he tried his best, but he was filling in a gap. And and if we sort those areas out, then I think you have to treat Tottenham serious. And that's why I'm pumping my chest, because we get Jed Spence over the line. If he is remotely similar to Reece James, mate, we're going to be laughing. We're going to be laughing at Tottenham Hotspur. And the kid's is under 21 as well. We're getting young quality players at Spurs as well.
Look, for me, I like him in terms of just like I've only seen him in bits and pieces. He done a lot of good things in the Championship last season. When we were linked with him, I was looking at him as an understudy rather than for someone to go straight into the team. Because as you say, you can never know, the jump from Championship to Premier League is quite different. A one-off game. I'm not saying he won't grow to be a good player, but I still think he's a little bit unknown. And if he's coming into a Spurs team which doesn't have that experience right back to either guide him and him not being ready, I just still think it's a kind of lottery signing, like kind of potluck sort of thing. I'm not saying it might not go well, but I still think it's kind of a lottery signing.
I think you're right. It's a risky play, but I think it's one that we have to do. We sold Carl Walker Peters, and then he ended up looking the part at Southampton. And I think the reason why we didn't keep Carl Walker Peters is maybe we thought he wasn't strong enough. We thought he wasn't tall enough. Anyway, we've got an opportunity here with Jed Spence. Let's see if it doesn't work out. We can always get someone else, but I think 15 mil is hardly risky. If we were talking about 40, 50, then
that's the price they're quoting, 15.
But 15 mil is in this day and age.
English tax, that's very good for an English player.
It's very good. I think it's a win-win for all, to be honest.
Fair enough. Also, just the final link was, I'd probably say Lisandro Martinez is a player that we've talked about on this channel a couple of times now, but it seems like the Man United effect, the Ten Hag effect, the Van der Sar effect has come in to steal the player. I mean, I heard that we sent a bid to Ajax last week, but Van der Sar hasn't opened it up yet. He said, "Man, we haven't opened the bid yet. Send your bid." Yeah. Obviously, the Manchester United connection, the Ten Hag Ajax connection. He's a player that I wanted because of the versatility of him. He can plug in quite a few holes: centre back, left back, and defensive midfielder. But it looks like the Man United effect will kind of take its toll in this situation. I don't know if you know much about the player.
Yeah, I think he's a good player. What I do think, though, jokes aside, I think if Man United end up getting him over the line, then I think that represents quite an indictment on Arsenal in terms of that.
No, it does not. No, it does not.
And the reason why I think it's an indictment is because currently Ronaldo wants to leave. He wants to leave because he doesn't think Manchester United is going anywhere. Yeah. If he signed a 2-year deal saying, "I'm coming to bring back trophies, I'm coming to bring back the old days," he saw Ten Hag and he can't run fast enough. And I want to remind you of the show we had with your friend Red Hot Chili Pepper when I was telling him that Ten Hag is going to probably last 18 months. The players can't wait to leave Manchester United. So the fact that this brother has decided to opt for Man U over Arsenal tells me that he doesn't think the Arsenal project is going anywhere. We know that Manchester United is a rebuild, so that means that the Arsenal project is not even a rebuild. And
do you know what, Deji? As a Spurs fan, I'm not surprised that you'd only look at it from that angle and one angle also. There's also another angle to that. It's also that he wants to play in the Premier League, which he's not hidden that he wants to play in the Premier League. He's worked with Ten Hag for the last couple of years, so he's confident that the manager believes in him and he knows his style of play. Ten Hag looks like he's bringing the band back together with all the Ajax boys, with Van der Beek and all them guys. So you know the style they're gonna have there. And Van der Sar deals with the freaking the negotiations and the contract situation. He's a former Man United legend, so all those things put into place, then it is favouring Man U. It's just like the Jesus situation. Because of Arteta's connection, there was a higher chance he'd go to us, regardless of what the fact that Spurs have Champions League football, because he knows what to expect from the situation. Whatever. So, okay, just to close out, I'm going to get through some of the comments, then we're going to close the show. Don't forget to smash the like button, everybody here. Share, subscribe, all of that. Big up everyone in the comments. Let me get to. I've heard Rafinha is going to Spurs. Glitter well. Aye. I really doubt that. That's only if Arsenal don't.
We don't need him now, though. To be fair,
I think he's
so
there.
I respect the comment, but I don't even
Spurs
think
are his fourth choice, so don't worry about that. He also says, Partey, what has he done since he's been there? I agree. He's not got to the levels of Atletico since he's been at Arsenal, but this is Partey's year. What he showed back in the last season shows what type of player he is once his position's been defined. Let me get through a couple more. Everyone said Arsenal lack goals in the team. I know we've done that. Gone through that comment. There's another comment from Bridzy that I was looking for. He says Spurs currently have the best centre half in the league, better than Van Dijk.
I
That
agree.
is a massive statement, Bridget.
Romero is a big game player. He's a big game player. Don't
You
sleep
think
on him.
he's
And I remember
than Van
that
Dijk?
you had the audacity to say that Gabriel was better than Romero, and it was at that point when you made that statement, quite early in the season, that I knew that when I come on this show, I'm literally coming for bants because you just don't know your football. Romero has the potential to be better than Van Dijk. Yes, he's that good.
I'm not talking about potential. Potential is definitely there for sure.
I don't think he's better than Van Dijk yet, but I think he will. He will be.
And be fair, Deji, I've said that I believe Romero is a quality centre back. Fair, I have said that. Bridzy said everyone said Arsenal lacked goals in the team. Spurs weren't lacking goals. We've just added to the goals. Bergwijn and Moura weren't scoring enough. Richie has filled that gap. I think Richarlison, you already got a little nickname for him. All right, big up.
Come on, Richie, you get me? That's right.
I said Richie and that, yeah. James says we sure need another player to support. I believe that massively. We were linked with a guy called Fofana and another guy called Onana in the French league. What I would say about the French league.
What's your name? Oh no. What's your name?
What I will say about the French league is that I don't know. It has a way of unearthing a lot of these French African players who have got a strong edge in the defensive midfield type of mode, the Kante mode, the kind of.
But you bought one that didn't do anything. What was it? Kazanga or something? What's his name? He didn't do anything.
Who's that?
You got them African player that he didn't really do much for Arsenal. Is he a defender or a midfielder?
Are you just making up stories?
You know the person. Someone put it in the comments, please. But that player.
What player? If you're talking about William Saliba, who was League One player of the season, you talking about him? Who? Which guy, bro? You're just making up stories nowadays to suit your argument.
Maybe I'm mistaken him for the Liverpool guy.
But one thing I do believe these Premier League teams lack is a good scouting in the African market, Deji. I believe there's so much unearthed talent on the continent that a lot of these Premier League and European clubs are missing out on with their recruitment. They could pick up gems for like 5 to 10 million that have massive sell-on value, but they tend to go into the European leagues. I see them looking into the Brazilian leagues. Look, obviously with the likes of One Touch TV and what we're doing for African players over the next season and so forth, hopefully we can bring more attention to our talent on this continent, and we can see some of these African talented players playing in some of the biggest clubs in Europe and around the world.
Yeah, 100%.
That's the goal.
I would have loved to see Koulibaly from Napoli come to Spurs. I think he's a rock, and
he wants to win stuff, bro.
Partner that Romero. Well, he's not going to win anything at Napoli. Let's just be real. Playing in the best league in the world. But yeah, I mean, Global West, as a Liverpool fan, I was respecting you, and then you just went left with this comment. He said Romero isn't even top 5 centre-backs in the league. I don't know what league you're talking. Maybe you must be talking about La Liga or something, because that's definitely not the Prem. In the Prem is Van Dijk, Romero, in that order. Name me another centre-back. Diaz is up there from thing. Who else is there? Who else?
Anyway, on that note, we'll round up here. We'll round up with them comments there. Glitter World also said, would you take CR7 at Tottenham?
Hell no.
Boy, I think they would. Let's not lie. I'm freaking the champion at Tottenham. Someone that's won trophies at Tottenham. They take him. They take him. They grab him. They rush him all the way down to North London, bro. They'd love him.
Liverpool wouldn't take CR7, so why would we?
Yeah, but you're not Liverpool. Don't ever put yourself in the bracket of the second most successful club in England, bro. You're not even in top 5.
Anyway, watch this
relax yourself.
Watch this space.
So it's been another episode. It's your guy, the Niger Englishman, alongside my guy, Mr. Deji Spurs, One Touch TV, North London Rivals. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Smash the like button, guys. Big up everyone in the comment section today. Big up everyone subscribing to the channel. Big things coming for this season for Arsenal. Deji things, big things are coming for Spurs. But we
100%.
shall see. You've heard some wild statements today. Spurs for the Champions League or the Premier League. Richarlison potentially have more goals than Jesus.
Yeah.
Neither of those things are happening, guys.
We'll see.
Arsenal for top 4.
Clip
Jesus
this.
15 plus goals next season. One Touch TV. North London Rivals.